Good morning. This this is a special video, and it's meant for those who are truly awake right now, who are really starting to see clearly again what it means for this to be just another experience in eternity. And not just another experience in eternity, but an experience in which we are meant to remember eternity. Oh, I got a lot of energy going right now. Let's all just come into presence with me, if you will. And if you won't, that's okay too. It's your choice. It's your choice. Your free will. To wake up to your eternal nature is to wake up to the eternal love that you are made of. And you gotta ask yourself, if I chose this experience, if I chose to be who I am right here, right now, then the realest part of me, the truest part of me, loves who I am perfectly, eternally, unconditionally. And if I can remember how to love myself like that and see myself like that, then I can love myself through anything for a very, 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 very long time. And that's the thing with being here, being in a place where eternity and temporary collide. If you want to be here for a long time, if you want to explore this soul, this avatar, this man, this woman, this whatever your story is, if you want to experience this for a long time, you have to decide, I'm not gonna shy away from the discomforts of expanding into my true self, because that is what grants eternal life. It's about embracing the mysteries of self, the mysteries of life, the mysteries of death. And when you remember the very safe and grounded truth that all of this is just God informed, it's just love informed, it's just the source experiencing itself, and we are the source, and we are co-creating with the source, then what we start to open up to somatically, emotionally, mentally, we can become. And so this is about longevity, because what have people been so afraid of? We're afraid of death. We're afraid of lacking. We're afraid of the unknown. But not every human has lived with that, right? Many, many, many stories, many, many, many humans have overcome those fears, have learned to live with the unknown, have learned to embrace death. And not to embrace death as in I don't want to be here anymore, but to embrace death as in I am not afraid of death. To realize that death is just a transformation, it's just a transition. It's nothing to actually fear. And a lot of this work is about learning how to slow down again. If you want to embrace your eternal nature, you have to learn how to live in a way that feels sustainable. You have to learn to live with peace and boredom and slowness, and to ride the ebbs and the flows. To ride the waves of life. To understand the dream. And so my dreams of what I want to build while I'm here keep evolving. And I'm starting to look at things as if I was gonna be here for the next 1,000 years, what kind of home, what kind of community within myself and without would I want to build? What are the skill sets I would need? What are the understandings I would need? And how could I simplify? So I can enjoy complexity whenever I want to, but when I want to just live in simplicity, which is what I want to do most of the time, how do I simplify and just come back to myself and know that everything is good? And that's why so much of what we've been doing as a people has been healing our relationship to ourselves, to our inner children, to our inner teenagers, to our emotions. We're healing our relationship to the past. Because if we can heal our relationship to the past, then we can be here and now without the past pulling us back again and again. And the past really only pulls us back again and again when there is unresolved things, right? There's an unresolved energy. And then the future. If we're so hyper fixated on the future, then we can't really be here. So the goal is to heal your relationship to right here, right now, with yourself, and to have a framework, an understanding of reality that is foundational. It's foundational, it's rooted, it's rooted in eternal truth. And what I want to build here with people, I want to build with people who resonate with it, is community that is sustainable, that is beautiful, that is focused on healing and celebration of life. That's it. So it's the full range of what we need and the joy of being alive. But nothing is off limits. We're not here to deny people who are going through very difficult things. We're here to love people back into coherence who are going through difficult things. Because everyone is welcome. God doesn't turn anyone away. And when we create a community that is meant to be like heaven on earth, we don't turn anyone away. We don't banish people. We don't exile people. We help people remember who they are, because everyone is just love in form, no matter how far gone they may seem. That's what I believe in. That is what I believe in. And when enough of us are together in that kind of agreement and understanding and remembrance, then there really is nothing to be afraid of. And nobody can enter the community who we should be afraid of, because the amount of love and coherence and compassion that is there is just so powerful, so potent. And so this has dictated without me even totally being aware of it for some of it, for a lot of it, how I've lived my life in the last few years. Once I started to remember my eternal self, the eternal truth. Because in reality, that's the only truth you actually need to live. If you know who you are in eternity, if you understand the relationship between formless and form, the relationship between self and source, the relationship of you and your emotions, you and a body, you and how to connect with others, how to hold space for others, how to have boundaries and sovereignty, but to still enjoy and love relationship with others. If you can embody all of that, remember all of that, then we can create something that is just so beautiful and sustainable, where longevity is natural. Because this journey does not have to be so short. When you know yourself, when you wake up out of the dream of man and remember the dream of eternal life, that's a choice. That's a choice. I'm not afraid of unexpectedly losing this life. I've been facing those fears. I've been allowing myself to go through it. And it's uncomfortable. And you live in some weird liminal spaces for a while, but you just slow down and you go through it, and then you end up being fine, and you're like, okay, see? We can look at the things we were afraid of. We can sit with the things that made us very uncomfortable. We can purge the things that don't feel very fucking good. We can do it. And we can do it together. Because it doesn't need to be so taboo. All right? There are many stories of people who lived here for hundreds of years. There are stories of people who lived here for thousands of years. How did they do it? How do they do it? It's by remembering. And now I'm literally sharing this with you on a social media public fucking platform. And this is like mystery school level teachings of reality, of understanding yourself, of knowing yourself. And you gotta decide, are you ready to embrace this or not? And there's no wrong answer, because you came here for the experience that you came here for. And none of them are wrong. There are many people here who will live shorter temporary experiences. And we should honor them and love them and appreciate them. Because they all have things to teach us. But many of us are here for long experiences, for longevity, for an ever-evolving journey, for the beauty of life lived well. That's what I'm here for. And if you're here for that, and you want to learn how to embody that and live that, then maybe it's time we connect. But again, that's up to you. I've got lots of time. I'm not in any rush. And it is weird having this understanding. Especially since 5 years ago, I had none of this understanding. But there's lots of beauty here. And there's lots of truth here. And there's lots of mystery to be uncovered. And there's so much to be explored. I have spent the majority... I live in Plainfield, Illinois. It's just a normal suburban town. Used to be a farm town. Now it's a suburban town. I've barely explored this world. There's so much to explore. There's so many people to meet. But I've been doing all of this deep embodiment work, is now what I realize. I've been preparing for a long life. And I've been remembering what it means to have relationship repair and conflict resolution and deepening of emotional maturity and spiritual maturity and facing the fears and the things that need to be looked at so that a long life can be lived and enjoyed. And so I think I'm coming to a much greater acceptance of it. That this wasn't all delay, it was just remembrance and preparation. And that's how you can start to look at your life as well. Everything you've been through and what you're going through now is remembrance and preparation so that you can live a long, beautiful, meaningful, enjoyable life. That's why we go through the suffering, so we can remember the love that we've always been and embody it and then live it for a long time. I love you guys. Don't be afraid to reach out when you're ready. You'll know.